Hi, Kris. Can you just let us know about any lineup changes possibly for tonight?
Yeah, we will have some lineup changes, but you're going to have to wait till tonight. It's a big showcase.
Stay on the left, Ryan.
Not sure if one of those changes will be Philip Broberg coming in or not, but can you give us a sense of the way he finished the season and, kind of the risk reward of a young guy with great speed and legs, but maybe hasn't played in a little bit here. So what's the balance of that thought process on him?
Broby's been, making the most of his season. And very difficult situation here. We have a player that we feel is NHL ready, but we had our sixth defenseman, and we were very fortunate this year not to have almost no injuries. And we've got a young defenseman who we believe has got tremendous upside, has to play. So, if we have our sixth, it was not beneficial for him being here as our seventh. He went to Bakersfield and was great down there, played really well. And, after their season's finished, or at the end of our season, we got into a few games. And, depending on, I know in the future, down the road, next season, he's going to be a big part of this organization. And right now, we have a difficult decision, and, putting in a young player who hasn't played. But we know if he does get that opportunity, he's well qualified to do it and could provide something for our team.
Other questions for Kris? Go back to Ryan.
Connor just talked about defending when Dallas starts pushing, kind of attention to detail. Do you feel like you got away from that a little bit, just in terms of maybe guys leaving too soon, or how much of a focus is that when they start pushing to lock down defensively, and how do you do that?
Yeah, it's one is you getting into trouble is usually not breaking the puck out, and usually it's just a simple play, a little more communication with your partner or line mate. And then, when they do have their time in the offensive zone, it's just making sure everyone's connected and everyone's playing together and doing their job. And, I think we're looking to get out. I thought in the first period, we had so much success getting the puck out. And then going into second period, we're just anticipating that puck going out. And it wasn't. So we have to make sure that take care of our details, defensive details first before we're on the attack. And that being said, no matter how well we play defensively, no matter how few mistakes we make, Dallas will still be making some plays. They will still get their scoring chances. We just have to do our job in trying to minimize them.
Front left, Bob.
Kris, with all due respect to Los Angeles and Vancouver, I think we all think this series is being played at a different tempo and pace, and is that as a result perhaps another reason why you look at getting a little bit more? I mean, if you do go to Broberg or reinsert McLeod, speed has become a factor. They did some things off the transition. They flew their weak side winger and opened up the ice a little bit as that game wore on. Sometimes this is just about the matchup, and maybe it's a little less physical but faster pace.
I think Dallas, not necessarily. I think their team is fast. I think they play fast because they're well connected and they do things together. Everyone's on the same page. For speed, they definitely have guys who can skate. But overall, the other two teams, I'm not sure they've got more speed than the other last two teams that we saw. But as a team organizational structure, they do have that more speed, and that's usually puck movement. And I think it's important. You look at having a team that's playing physical. It's important to have physicality in the playoffs, and it is important to have speed. And we have to do evaluate what's important for us, how much speed, how much physicality are we going to compromise, and find the right balance. And we do have some options. We have some players that didn't play last game that can come in the lineup and provide a little more for us.
Fourth row on the right.
Kris, your team was in this exact same position in the last series, down 2-1, Game 4 on home ice. You were successful in that game. Can you take anything away from that experience, bring it into this game, having just gone through that a couple weeks ago or whatever it was?
I think anytime you overcome adversity, it only makes you stronger. Because as you go down the road, there's going to be more adversity. Things are going to be at a higher stake. And the more experience that you've had overcoming those situations, just provides your team with become more resilient. And we faced off a couple of elimination games against Vancouver. We're down 2-1, same in the situation. We just have to find our game. We have to play our best, and our best is necessary to beat a team like this.
Front left, Mark.
So further to that, the conversation around this series has become about how do you stop the Dallas Stars, right? Your power play hasn't scored. You got no third period goals. Draisaitl, Nugent Hopkins have 1 point each. Kane, Holloway have 0 points each in the series. Do you have to turn this conversation to how do you stop the Edmonton Oilers at some point?
There's going to be, we're only, there's ups and downs. It's a 3-game segment so far right now. And you look at our regular season, and there's been times when our power play's gone 0 for 5. Many, many times. And there's been times when, believe it or not, Leon's only had a few points or not very much. And, we need our best players being our best players, and throughout the playoffs, they have been. And, I see no reason to set the alarm bells right now. I think we've played 3 games where I think could go the other way. Not necessarily we deserve to win them, but they could have went the other way if some other things happened. And we know that we've got better, and we need to be better.
Third row left, Daniel.
Kris, just right here. Respecting your first answer about the lineup, I do have one question. Are you considering 11-7 at all tonight?
It is a possibility. It is a possibility. We haven't done that very much this year, and but something we've considered.
And obviously, you did turn away from Stuart Skinner earlier in the playoffs. What gives you the confidence that he'll be able to bounce back on?
I think he's had a great series. I think he's played really well. I know he wants the last goal that went in on him, but overall, you look at his series, I think he's played well. And that kind of goaltending we need to give ourselves a chance.